last thing on my to-do
All right,
list.
we are live. Welcome to the Monday Night Men's Forum. I am Matt of FarmHopLife. Number 39, Fear Itself. We got Jeremy, Do We Like Donuts on Donuts on things, and Homestead of Pain on things, and Christopher of SecureCoop.com also on things.
On things.
Okay. Personal event. Jeremy, you're first. What are you
I've got like 5 of them. Huh?
Are you?
What?
This is going to be fun. What are you doing?
You can't see it.
Losing service?
You making creme brulee? Like
A smoke.
live?
No,
I thought he was fixing to shoot something.
a smoked old fashioned.
Oh man.
Let that sit.
Okay, I'm going to pretend to know what that means.
Yeah, it's an old it's a drink. And you put smoke and fuse it. It's really good. Anyway, I got like 5 of them because I wasn't here last week.
All right, fine. Let's go. Hit them.
All right, so got a bunch of fruit trees planted last week. Not this past week, but the week before. Got all my seeds started, or most of my seeds started. So that was huge. We got my dad moved into a new nursing home, which that's been like a year in the making. So that's good. He's closer to family.
Holy
That was
smokes.
a big personal event. And there was one from this week. Last week also lost another chicken. I don't know what's going on around here. Losing chickens. So this week, in fact, yesterday, we put in. I had omelet. Have you guys heard of them?
Hmm?
They make chicken coops and automatic chicken doors.
Oh yeah.
So they sent me a free
Hey.
automatic door.
Oh, hell. All right. There
So
you go.
I got that put in yesterday.
Because Christopher's not ready yet.
Because Christopher's not ready yet. But yours will monitor.
Yes, it will.
There you go.
So omelet, when it fails, you'll get a notification.
Which that's huge because like right now I love it. It's very easy to set up. But there's no remote.
Whoa. Is this paid? Am I getting paid? Am I going to get an omelet for this crap?
I don't know.
You better
Get a
talk to your
TikTok with
rep
300,000 people
give me-
following, and you might get.
You got to get more than 2,000 people on TikTok.
Well, look,
Yeah.
there's a whopping 0 people listening right now. So that should count for something.
I don't know what
There it is.
happened.
Grant got all flustered. Anyway, so that was cool. Like I got
So you
I
got
got
an
that
omelet?
set up. Yeah, so I built one. I think I've told you guys before. I built one, a couple years ago from an Arduino board, and I should have invested the money back then. Just to at the end of the project, I was like, this was too much work. I should have just.
Yeah, but now you
spent
know
it.
how to do
It's a
it.
lot of work.
You know how it works.
It's a lot of work.
It wasn't worth it.
Wasn't? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it was a cool project. At the end, I think, man, how much time did I spend on this that I could have just sunk $200 into a automatic door and been done with it?
That could be said for a lot of things, though. That
It could.
sometimes
You're
I
right.
just-
You're right. And I should back up. I shouldn't. The knowledge that I gained from that, I shouldn't just throw that out the door. You're right. Anyway, there's probably
you
another
can-
5.
You can help.
personally.
You can help Christopher with his project now that you know how to work it.
Yeah, about that. No. I will beta test all day long.
Yes, sir.
All right,
I got one
Cool.
lined up for you.
Christopher, go ahead.
No, skip Grant.
I don't know. He's muted, so I don't really know.
I'm here.
Sound like you got a mouthful of peanut butter,
No, I don't eat
Hopefully peanut butter.
almond butter. Then, Christopher, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I went the usual boring stuff, beta testing Secure Coop. But the cool part was this weekend. My buddy of mine, we took our kayaks, his kayaks, and went down to Alexander Springs. I've got a picture here. Let me share you. Where's it at? Where's the picture at? Window. Yeah, right there. See if I can share it. Can you see that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
So on the left there,
minivan, hell yeah.
yeah. On the left there, John Paul is holding the new 22 rifle we got.
I was gonna say there's a gun there.
Yes, sir. And we were just popping off. They had a box of 300. They immediately dumped 150 rounds right in the dirt. Just picked up the box and
Just because.
wasn't careful
like
with it.
literally like dumped them in the dirt, not like
Yeah, not
Shot
dump,
them.
not shot them in dirt.
Right.
Actually dumped them in the dirt. And
whoops.
so they, I picked them up and we're gonna put those and like clean them off and run through the gun later. But the rest of like 250 rounds all went into a tree target, and they just had a blast with that. Literally had a blast. So
Nice.
yeah,
Very cool.
That straight up looks like Florida.
Yeah, that's very stereotypical Florida right there.
Very much.
The campsite was not very shaded, but we got there at a good time of the evening, so it didn't matter. But the funny thing is, those were hammocks on the left, on the right, those black things, and we tried to hammock camp, and it was miserable. I've never slept in a hammock, and the skeeters were biting through the hammock, through the fabric, and I'm like, all of a sudden I'm feeling pin prick. Oh crap!
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, so I got up and got in the van. Never.
Have you ever tried those thermocell?
You get in the van, home sweet home.
That's right. That's right. That's the van. That's the van that you live in down by the river, right?
That's the one I live in the van.
No, in the Walmart.
In the Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah, in the Walmart down by
Nice.
the river. So that's the van. Yeah. No. So yeah, I mean, me and John Paul there on the left there, we both just jumped in the van because they were killing him too, and yeah. So we won't do hammock camping ever again.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, but other than that, just a great trip. Went kayaking with a buddy of mine. He was the one holding the camera. We went kayaking up to the springs and swam in the springs for a couple hours and kayak back, saw a gator. Just fantastic trip. So
all gator.
Yeah.
Gator.
All right, Grant.
Yes.
I guess talk.
I can talk.
Yeah.
That's fine.
My personal event would be this weekend. Woke up Saturday morning to the goat I've been bottle feeding for the last 58 days, 3 times a day, head ripped off by stray dogs. And then that afternoon, my dog of 18 years was put down.
Dude, that's rough.
Yeah, and so I had sold off pretty much, I think 6 or 7 of all my other goats. She was going to be one of the one of 3 that I keep, and so now I've just got 2.
Can we step back to the goat and the dog? Like, was this like a stray dog, one of your dogs?
It wasn't one of mine, because if it was one of mine, I would have handled it already. But I'm trying to find whose it was, and then
handle it.
Yeah. Either
Security
give him
cameras.
a bowl of antifreeze or
oh, dude, you
poison
can't
their
talk
water.
about that.
Oh.
So again, I can't find out who it was. Like we went to a neighbor last week. It killed their cat. It was 2 of them, and so I just hope they come back.
What are you just killing animals for fun out there now? You
God,
getting your fiance in on this?
No, she don't care.
She's more into microwaving hamsters or something.
No, it's just retribution.
Come on.
Well, I'm sorry you lost your dog, and I'm sorry you lost your goat, man. That's
Thank you.
Yeah, that's tough.
That sucks. Losing animals.
18 years old
rough.
for a dog.
Yeah.
That's an old
It's
dog.
almost his whole life.
Yep, I've had him since I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Damn. Dude.
Come.
Scott, you made it.
Yeah, I did. Good
I'm halfway
surprise.
through your Cyprian episode.
Really?
Yeah,
And
and it's wild.
it's wild.
I don't even know what I'm in for. It's nuts. Share a personal event, please.
Well, let's see here. Caught me off guard. So we built a
You do
new
this every
chicken.
It's the one question every week.
Yeah.
It catches me off guard too. Don't worry, Scott.
Yeah, sorry. That's like on Survival Podcast when Jack asked them how they got to where they are, and they act like, huh? You know you're gonna ask. He's gonna ask that
think
question.
about it.
Be ready for that.
No, we built a new chicken enclosure, a new run, because hawks and I guess an eagle flew over and was trying to take out chickens, but we lost several chickens to a hawk. So
That's rough.
built a new run, and planted a whole bunch of trees. Got hazelnuts and
GrowNutTrees.com.
grafted some trees and GrowNutTrees.com. Yeah. Thank you.
It's a bad week for livestock, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, it's that weeks of want where the stuff isn't back enough to distract the hawks, so they're taking out the livestock.
Sure.
And I've noticed the neighbors' dogs are ranging a little more than they should be. So yeah,
I don't have that problem.
Grant has a solution for you that you probably shouldn't discuss.
If it was daytime, those dogs wouldn't have been, yeah, it would have been a different story, but it was about 2 a.m.
I'm surprised you said antifreeze and not thermite or what's the other thing? Tannerite. That's what I was thinking.
Tannerite.
Oh,
Look, dry ice bombs in the
antifreeze
mailbox.
doesn't go boom.
Yeah.
Dry ice in the mailbox.
terrible. You're a terrible person.
At least they don't burn their house down.
Are you sure that's not next? What if it was people that did it?
Oh, well, then yeah.
Oh, well, then yeah, I'm going to feed them antifreeze.
No,
No,
burn
burn
their
their
house
house down.
That's the way we handle it.
I was gonna plant a bunch of flowers with my wife this weekend, like just broadcast seed wildflowers everywhere, all over the property. But I can't read a calendar, and we're still 8 weeks away from last frost date. So instead, I installed a bunch of railroad ties along the driveway.
So you moved a bunch of railroad ties, which looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, what were you pounding in? Were you pounding them into the ground?
Rebar.
Oh, rebar into the ground?
Through the middle of them.
That helps. Helps some, and then toenailing them together when it's needed. That helps too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So are you just putting them there as a curb?
Kinda like a curb. Yeah, because otherwise the gravel's just kind of like into the yard.
I like the time lapse. It's like bang, 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 bang every 15 minutes. Go look at the kid, come back.
So on some of them, it's really like you can't tell because it's so sped up. But on one of them, he's in the background smearing mud all over my truck. And, and then another one, he brings over this giant piece of rebar. It's like 5 feet long or something like that. I don't even know how I don't know how he picked it up, but I'm just like head down, just hammering away. And he's like, "Daddy, I got you something." And I look up and it's this giant piece of rebar. Like there's a sharp end on one of those. So thanks
Maybe
for
he's
making
Clark Kent.
Yeah, just like a little super baby. That'd be funny. But yeah, that was it. It was a good weekend. I'm sorry.
Did he try to stab you with it?
No.
Oh.
Sorry.
He doesn't have daddy issues.
Grant seemed disappointed by that answer.
So getting into the main topic, who was confused about what I was talking about when I was like the topic, fear itself? Anybody? Anybody?
No.
I mean, I read your thing and then I understood it.
Oh, okay. Well, that helps to read.
That's just.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were talking last week about generational wealth, and we got into the weeds a little bit about how they're trying to do this and trying to do that, take away this from you, take that away from you, blah blah blah. And to play devil's advocate here, I'm saying they don't have to do any of that stuff. They just have to talk about doing that stuff, like this Restrict Act.
Yeah.
They don't have to actually take away your internet or stuff like access to internet or go through filtered internet. They just have to put you in fear of those
But
things.
what does putting you in fear of accomplish?
That it makes them seem like they can do those things and they might be able to do those things.
So it
So
keeps
basically
people in
laws.
line.
Yeah.
Line. Okay.
Yeah, because it's like
Self-regulate yourself.
It's like Cyprian said, all they got to do is threaten to take your guns away and you're out of the fight for 3 months.
Right. Yep. That's pretty much it. That's the whole thing. The end.
Why are you out of the fight for 3 months?
Because you'll be looking over here and they probably don't have a chance of passing much. It's like half of the news where they say they're working on something in the legislature is some bill that'll never get out of committee. But they do it at the state legislature level and they do it at the national level and they go, oh well, this representative passed or proposed this bill that would do blah blah blah, and it'll never pass. So, but everybody gets all, everybody gets so wound up.
Look to see what they're trying to distract you from.
Right.
Like
anything
I
that
have
anything that the mainstream's talking about, anything that they're picking up, anything that the White House is talking about. I mean, I believe a lot of that is a distraction from what's really going on behind the
Mhm.
scenes.
Yeah.
Yep.
like I got concerns, but not fears like of these things happening. Like so like okay, if the money's no good, that's a concern. What are
Yeah.
you gonna do? I don't know. Got to figure it out. Got to prepare.
Silver.
Exactly.
Well, you survival MacGyver it. So I was talking about that today with the CBDCs. You don't buy the things that you don't buy the things that government considers dangerous. So instead of if you want a bunch of buckets of wheat, if you buy them, they might say, you're hoarding, and we need to redistribute some of your wealth. So they look at your purchases. You're hoarding. So what you might do instead is you talk to the farmer down the road, and you see that he wants a present for his son. And had my eye on this go-kart over here, so you can use your CBDCs to buy a go-kart, give it to the farmer, he gives you wheat. Problem solved.
Bartering.
It's working around and with the system that we're in, and accepting the reality. I like to say that we don't live in the world that ought to be. We live in the world that exists, and in the world that exists, you have things like CBDCs. So you have to kind of.
Can I ask a super smart question?
All right.
What's the acronym you're using? What does it
CBDC?
stand for?
Central Bank
Banking
Digital
Digital
Currency.
Currency.
Okay.
Yeah, digital dollars.
Okay.
They'd be able to.
Bucks.
Government regulated Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they'd be able
So-
to say, you
So
can't buy.
Bitcoin.
You bought too many.
government
you bought too
regulated.
many goats last
So
month.
Bitcoin.
So,
Let's try not to talk about things you don't understand. But okay.
I was making a joke.
So I had a question.
Yeah,
How
but
many of you think
we can't see your facial expression when you're making a joke, so we can't
we
tell.
don't know that
Can
you're
you
really
change your
joking?
avatar every time? Like
Yeah.
happy face, frowny face, happy face.
No.
I made a joke. That's funny.
So how many of you think that CBDCs will actually come to fruition?
I mean,
Yeah.
what are we talking like timeline? Like 5 years? 2030?
Do you think that it actually
2050?
will within, let's say, the next 5 years?
Mhm.
yeah, I do.
5?
Probably.
2
Yeah, because
years.
there's already in
They'll-
China. It's already in
they'll-
Bahamas. Already in Jamaica.
They'll be out. I don't know if they'll be prevalent.
Yeah.
Right.
I think they'll
We're gonna
release them
have-
and be. I'm gonna go with 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that we'll
Project
see them.
Hamilton's done.
What's Project
They're
Hamilton?
gonna push us to an economic thing that they're gonna use to come in and save the day.
An economic
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So Project
Yes.
Hamilton is
Elaborate, Grant. What's an economic thing?
go ahead.
No, I want to hear it.
Say that again.
You said they're gonna push us to an economic thing. I want to know what economic thing is.
Okay, so
Antifreeze.
inflation.
A disaster.
Yeah,
Disaster.
inflation,
Okay.
disaster.
An economic
know,
disaster.
an
So that we'll
economic
have
thing.
to take the CBDCs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To save. Got it. Yeah, you'll be given 5 CBDCs for $1 that you trade in
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
And the longer you wait, the less you get.
Right.
Yeah. I want
I
to hear
can
what
see
Scott was saying about the
Yep.
The
Hamilton.
Hamilton
What?
Project.
So
Yeah.
Project Hamilton is the Fed hired the biggest Bitcoin developers that also work at MIT to create a version of Bitcoin that will be the CBDC,
Huh.
except it doesn't have a public ledger, and
Oh.
it doesn't have the things that make Bitcoin slow.
Hmm.
So it doesn't have to do all these extra checks
and balances.
with all these cross-section miners
Miners.
because
Oh.
the Fed's running the whole thing.
Is
But other
that
than that, it's exactly like Bitcoin behind the scenes. So they've been saying that it is a white paper and, we're just working on it. We just started it. But then, a bunch of people went and looked at the white paper and said, well, this guy's no longer working there. This guy's no longer working there. So this white paper is 5 years old. And now that, and then, like Hotep Jesus came out not too long ago, and they actually see the Fed and the government make big announcements that they don't really want anybody to notice. They make it at 5:00 on Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Because the mainstream media goes home. And in December, the week of Christmas, they announced that Project Hamilton was done.
Wow.
And Biden gave an executive order for the executive branch to I think it was 6 months or 12 months, they had to have plans on how they were going to incorporate that into their agency. And that was like 6 months ago. So
is that Fed now, or is that what will right on top of Fed now?
it'll be after Fed now.
Yeah, I think it was after. Yeah.
What the hell is
So
Fed
yeah,
now?
Fed now is a shortcut. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an infrastructure, a way of doing payments direct from government to government.
Yeah.
For certain activities, bypassing banks. Just
Yeah.
entirely.
So basically, they'll roll out the CBDC first for EBT cards and stuff like that, and then eventually get us to have to get those for for Social Security payments, and then eventually get to the point where your
UBI.
employer is your employer's paying you. Then they crash the thing, and or AI takes over, and then it's UBI.
Yeah.
So
Okay, but what's the projected success rate of this thing? Like, okay, so it's out, but is it going to be successful?
That's a big unknown.
Well,
See,
see,
I think the more people that hold out and pay in cash and withhold from the system, the less successful it's going to be. And that's
did you make
unknown.
a bank run? Did you make
No.
the bank run in the last 2 weeks?
No.
I did.
You did? Okay.
3 weeks, yes. 2 weeks, no.
Okay, so we had bank collapse in the last.
Now,
2
when you say
weeks.
bank run, let's define. What do you mean bank run?
Bank run
like
means going
like
and getting
pull everything out?
Not everything, but a significant amount of your money
Significant
out
amount. Yeah.
in
I
cash.
closed a business account that I had from years ago that I don't use anymore, and withdrew several $1,000s. But like my personal, I didn't.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and there should have been these banking big collapse, right?
Right.
There should have been a
Which I don't
massive
think are
bank
done.
run. Sure. But there should have been a massive bank run. But why wasn't there? A, because nobody's using cash anymore. And B, nobody has any money in the bank. They're all running paycheck to paycheck and they're using their card. So there should have been a massive bank run, but there wasn't. And, I mean, like in Greece 5-10 years ago, whatever, when they went through austerity, they made it so you couldn't take more than $50 out of your ATM. And,
even now, like you can't take more than $5,000 out of your bank account in cash.
Well, yeah.
So
probably
how long have
95%
people
of
have
people
been
don't
projecting the collapse of the dollar for decades now, like since the 70s or longer? And so, like, everyone
eventually
thinks
it'll
it's
happen.
just around the corner. I mean, eventually an empire
will happen.
like
I mean,
dies, but
the boy who
Rome
cried.
fell.
People
US
talk
will
about
fall.
the boy who. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say that, like, the people talk about, like, the boy who cried wolf. The boy who cried wolf. They cried wolf, and people stopped coming. But what they seem to forget about that story is the wolf did eventually come. We've been hearing the dollar's going to collapse, the dollar's going to collapse, the dollar's going to collapse, because it will collapse. It's going to happen. It's just they keep kicking the can, and you just can't keep doing it forever.
How long can you kick the can?
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know. It's in their best interest to keep things as they are.
Is it?
Right?
They're who?
Yeah.
Yeah, they who?
Who's they?
Yeah.
They being like people with money,
The
power.
elite.
Yes, the elite.
Quite a few elites in power in China
if,
now.
If they can collapse the dollar and move to a global central banking system that gets them more money, then it's not in their best interest to keep things going like it is.
Yep. And most of the elite.
Didn't we just say last week that if you get
I wasn't here
2
last week.
Fed bucks for one like fiat dollar, whatever, that's like instant like inflation?
It would be, yeah.
And then they control how you spend those Fed bucks.
So then the people with money and wealth, like, what's their incentive to convert to Fed bucks?
So all right. So the people with money and wealth, is it about money at that point because they have all of that, or is it about power?
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people who are elite don't. They make a big deal about Elon Musk has $1 bazillion, right? He's running stuff. He's basically, and most of them are basically like floating checks or credit in between things. They're only worth that if they sell all their stock, and in some cases, like
Yeah, they don't have cash.
Yeah, they don't have cash. They're running debt, just like everybody else, and they're
just
living
running
off of their
big
debt.
debt.
Yeah,
They're
worth,
running off bigger
like
debt.
on paper, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's not like not having cash won't help that, won't hurt them. It's just
Yeah.
And we had a bunch of our legislatures just miraculously dumped a bunch of their stock before that stuff crashed, before those banks crashed.
Yeah.
And it's like, so they're enough of them have got the insider thing where they're protected to some extent. I mean, they're going to dump their stock or whatever, and so
I'm betting that
the key is what are we doing? What are we doing? We're planting trees, growing gardens, and tending livestock.
So
learning
making
how to
babies.
be able.
Is this new CBDC crap? Is this going to be for all the plebs, but like the real wealthy are just going to hold on to the mighty dollar? Like it's actually still going to be worth something, but they're going to say it's not worth nothing.
No,
I think they're probably going to have houses and stuff. They're going to have bigger assets.
Go get vaccinated, but we're not going to get vaccinated. That type of thing.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna get the placebo.
The placebo.
Or hey, global
Saline.
warming buys beach property.
But if you're wealthy, they might perhaps give because it's programmable, give the wealthy ones the preferable rates, and it's something else we're talking about it as though it will be extremely noticeable. I mean, the dollar essentially collapsed in 1971, and it hardly was noticed at all. And that was when Nixon took us off the gold standard. So it is still the same, paper notes. They changed the wording on the paper notes, but they still look pretty much the same. And because people don't notice when those kinds of things. It might be that they simply say paper notes are illegal, but everything in your account stays the same. You might not even notice it.
Well, they did that during COVID. So basically, all of a sudden, no, we're not taking cash. We don't have any. We don't have any coins.
Right.
Yeah.
And they kept saying it was a shortage, but it didn't add up. I mean, if they would have said, "Hey, the virus travels on money," then that would have been more legit. But they didn't want to scare people and have them.
Yeah. How was there a coin shortage unless somebody was holding them? Like,
I just don't think that people wanted people using them.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just they'll incrementalize it, and then you won't notice it until it's too late, right?
It could have been a supply chain problem where they couldn't get the proper amounts of
government
change.
supply chain, maybe. Yeah,
I guess
people were sent home because of COVID. Yeah.
That's a logical way to look at it. If you want, if you want to look deeper, they probably just don't want you using.
See, it's Buck Johnson had a guy on a couple of weeks ago talking about the digital prison. So and Christopher, you'll like this. It's zero trust. So zero trust is an IT security term.
Yeah.
And they changed it so that instead of you getting access to a system and then you can do whatever in that system, at every interface in the system you have your credentials checked again. Right. So, every time you access a file, it's going to check your credentials again instead of giving you carte blanche. Apply that to the economy and everything else, where every interface with government or every interface with I got bugs crawling over my desk. We've got these Asian beetles that look like ladybugs. And they're like all over the place in here.
They look like little green shields.
No, they look like ladybugs, red ladybugs. But anyway, so every place, then they check whether you are woke enough or whatever enough, whether you've been good enough, right? Your carbon credits or whatever else. I mean, it's maybe they don't roll it out all at once, but pretty soon it's incrementalized.
Yeah.
So I mean, is the CBDC the mark, And then if you take it, and then at what point does it become the mark?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's not in your hand.
That's a a big debate for another day for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I
That's
just,
probably an in-person
got time.
debate.
yeah. So I mean,
I think it'll be
basically,
a
Have another
physical one.
drink.
I'll leave it at that.
have another drink. I've got a root beer here. It's okay.
I wish I had one.
Grant, go get your moonshine.
I mean, I got a
I
quart.
I want to
for
hear.
this.
I want to hear about. I want to hear about how you make that moonshine. I really do.
I do too.
Again,
It's
I
corn
mean,
squeezins.
I'd have to be able to show you.
Do you? I mean, like words work too.
I ain't good with those.
So, what I had said in my email is that during all this COVID bullshit, they played their hand, right? Their goals like might be a bluff. We know the actors, we know their playbook, we know like everyone's kind of on like aware and alert. Well, not everyone.
they're not.
I'm going to say
Yeah.
half.
But they're not.
You don't think so? You don't
No.
think?
No, I don't think so.
Nope. So see, this is the point. While we were going back to normal, the counties and the cities are still passing laws. They give the medical directors of the county too much unilateral power. So Kansas City, next county over, downtown Kansas City, Jackson County, Missouri, has even to the end of last year had two crazy woke county commissioners, young people, blue-haired, woke people. Now I'm probably going to get in trouble for that. But anyway, so the
You
So
could
anyway,
dye what's left of your hair blue there, Scott, and you could run.
yeah, and then they were trying to pass a New York style law, where the medical director has unilateral power to shut down any business, specifically churches, but not shut down every church, not shut down every business like in March 2020, but shut down specific ones with no recourse, no appeal, and then they can turn it back on when they want.
For what reason?
Because they were mad because, for example, the Orthodox Church wasn't following their
guidelines,
their
their procedure.
guidelines, right?
Hmm.
And some of the ones where you don't take communion in individual little cups. So they got mad, and so the health director can shut down a specific church, not all churches, just a specific church. There's no appeal, and then it's their whim on whether they let you start back up again.
That's lovely authoritarianism at it.
So they've been doing this stuff. Even, everybody loves DeSantis down there, but DeSantis signed a emergency management law in 2021 that allowed lockdowns for up to 2 years, and they haven't rescinded that.
He's a rhino, just like the rest of them.
They all are. Every one of them.
He's just better than most. He knows how to play the game.
I'm not anti DeSantis by any means, but so it's just
every one of them are flawed, big time.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're bought and they're paid for,
Mhm.
in some form or fashion.
Yeah. So they want you to fear. They want you to live in fear, so that you can be easily controlled. And I'm just guessing that since we're on the subject of CBDCs, that just as a pandemic caused people to cry out for an emergency medicine, I could see a pandemic of job losses and foreclosures in the stock market to cause people to cry out for an emergency currency.
Mm-hmm.
And
people are already asking for an emergency bailout for tens, if not hundreds of thousands in student loans that they took out because they're a numbskull.
Yeah. So they need another emergency so they can.
If you squeeze people tight enough, they'll cave to about anything. So if you squeeze people economically, they will absolutely happily buy into whatever CBDC that the government puts out.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right.
Sure. March 2020, you had Walmart and Home Depot were open. Little garden center next door wasn't considered essential, wasn't open.
Right.
And Walmart and Home Depot sold the garden supplies.
I still think
Garden
you
Center
guys are
next
giving
door
them
went
too
out of
much
business.
credit. They're stupid bureaucrats. All they need to all they can do is just like, yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna give a little backdoor deal to my buddy here, and
Well, let me ask you, what would keep them from doing that? Doesn't sound like there's all that much that would prevent them from doing it.
keep them from doing like a
From-
CBDCs.
Yeah, rolling one out.
It's a hell of a lot of work, and it's gonna fail.
Yeah, the only thing, the thing that I
They'll
see
try,
that
though.
would
They're-
slow
But they're
them
dumb
down-
bureaucrats. They'll try.
Yeah, the things that will slow
they'll
them
try,
down.
and they're gonna suck at it, and they're like, "Oh, it didn't work. Sorry about
I'm sorry.
that. Oh,
I'm
wait,
sorry.
let's
Doesn't
just keep
stop 'em.
throwing money at it, and all of a sudden, this is health insurance in the United States."
But that doesn't stop them. I mean, if you ask anybody whether Obamacare was a success, the rollout, the average person and the people in the industry will say that it was a success.
It was a complete disaster, though.
I know.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Hold
was-
up. Hold up. I'm in the industry.
I am too.
I will say that it was the rollout was a failure,
Yes.
but in the end, it worked,
Yes.
and there are some good things that came out of it.
Works
Yes.
for who?
There's some,
Works for who?
it provided coverage for things that people wouldn't normally have coverage for, that were actually good things for people to be covered for that they didn't have beforehand, like mental health situations.
Right.
Okay.
So my
That-
point
that-
is
that's a big one.
that my point is that the rollout wasn't good, but
In the end, it
Everybody-
turned out okay-ish.
yeah, I've been to two industry training where they have said that Operation Warp Speed was the greatest project since the moon landing.
Oh, that's BS.
They said it. in-
Hold up. Was it where was that at? Like a Republican or a Democrat?
No, it was just an industry. It was an industry training, project management training. Two
That's
of them, where they said it was the greatest project, the greatest, most successful project since the moon landing.
Oh, shit. But
That's-
all right. So hold up. If you tell somebody something enough, so many times,
Yeah.
they'll begin to start believing it.
Yeah, I was on mute, so I couldn't say anything. But
That's what that.
yeah. So so that's the thing. It'll take them forever to roll it out 100%, but they don't have to roll it out 100% all at once.
Slow and incrementally.
Right. So
And
let's
keep
talk about
talking
solutions.
and-
What do
and
we do?
keep talking about how great it is, and eventually people will believe, oh yeah, this is a great solution.
Mhm.
Black
You're right.
markets.
Hell yeah, black markets.
We got
Gray,
people.
gray are better, but black
But
is fine.
but what do you use in a black market? Like, okay,
Illegal
no more dollars.
Yeah.
And,
You barter silver and gold and
no,
barter.
like let's just suppose
Tannerite.
they do another.
Learn how to make
Tannerite.
thermite. Napalm.
All right, so it's
Ask
another
Jeremy for that book.
1933, and they confiscate all the gold,
I don't know what you're talking
Okay.
about.
like black markets. Okay, so it's 1933 again. They confiscate all the gold again. What do you use to trade?
They have
Oh,
to
I'd
know
be
I have it
dead.
first.
I mean,
Yeah, that's fair. But for a lot of people, they already have it registered. They already bought it, with their name attached, myself included.
Yeah. All right. So, but
Whatever's
all right,
really
all right,
on
all right,
hand.
let's back up. Let's stop right there for a second because
Yeah.
I think a lot of that is being able. Right. And I don't know what states you guys are in, but like in Alabama, let's go back to like gun laws, for example. Like I can personally in Alabama sell a gun to somebody else and just say that I sold it to them.
Yeah.
And I don't own
Florida
it
too.
anymore. Right.
Yep.
So like I could say like, well, I bought 50 rounds of silver, but I sold it.
Yeah,
Or gave it
shot
away.
him into a werewolf.
Like I can hide it, and it doesn't exist anymore in my hand. So
Yeah.
they don't necessarily know that I have it.
So this is not 150 grams of silver. This is just my Darth Vader miniature.
Please
statue.
tell me you have that. Please tell me you have that.
It's on sale today on jmbullion.com. I sent it to another friend of mine, and he goes, "That is so badass." It's only $600.
Only 600.
Only
But what
six-
is its
Hey,
what is its equal counterpart in ounces? Like price
it
wise?
was what? So it was
I don't
something over
know.
spot. I don't remember
Grams,
how much over spot.
150
but-
grams. I don't know. Grams.
50 ounces?
The only thing
Isn't
I
that
can
right?
count in grams. Never mind.
I gotta look it up.
I don't remember, but I thought it was
ounces in
funny,
grams.
and
That's funny though.
like, yeah, I thought that was a
5
good deal.
ounces. 5 ounces.
But
What?
is
That's
high.
$100. That's over $100 an ounce.
That's $60 too much.
You got a lot of
Uh-uh.
premium.
It's $120
Look,
an ounce.
you're hiding something in plain sight, and
Yeah.
that's all about gray man.
Fair.
I mean, you could shove it up something and still be hiding it in plain sight for a whole lot less than
Oh,
$600.
damn, dude, are you getting into casting some precious metals into his and hers wedding present?
I got,
Oh God.
I got
There
too
you
much-
go.
I got-
There's your sound bite. There's your sound bite for the episode. Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
I got
The
too
look
much
on
to
your
hide that
face.
way.
The look on your face.
which anniversary is gold? Remind me.
I don't know.
20,
I'm
25,
50. Right?
50.
50?
You
not
might
there
have to
yet.
carve one out of wood there, Grant.
Yeah.
You're on a budget.
Mm.
That's where crypto can play a role in barter for internet stuff.
Yeah, just get a USB stick.
Yeah.
Shove that up there.
He's got IBC toes.
Shove that up there.
He's got enough to barter with.
That would hurt.
Yes, it would.
Oh, God.
No, I'm saying like physical metals for local stuff, crypto for internet sales. You got like the best of both worlds.
But crypto is still regulated now. Like used to it wasn't. Now
no.
it is.
Crypto to fiat is regulated. Crypto to crypto is not.
Mhm.
The downside, though,
technically-
without a fiat,
Technically, it's still
Actually-
regulated.
Technically, it's a taxable event, but yeah, okay.
but the difficulty is then measuring how much it's worth without a way to transfer it to fiat. You don't know how much a Bitcoin, because if you're not sure about the need for an external validation, I'd like to buy your car for a million Shiba Inu coins.
Shiba Inus.
which is like $11. So you have to have some kind of external way of validating the giving the value to the Bitcoin. So that's where
Yeah, I mean, like, so even like, it's still a taxable event if you
So is
sell
barter.
something.
Technically.
That's
Sure. Yeah, you have to report it. And
Supposedly.
there has to be a way to prove it. Well, with Bitcoin, there's transaction. Of course, they don't know who it is.
Yeah.
See, I think if you report bartering on your taxes, you're an idiot, and you deserve to be taxed.
You probably live in an HOA if you report that on your.
Or you better have a
Yeah.
damn good reason to do so. You better be able to explain it to me how this makes sense.
I feel pretty confident nobody
Taxing
here
a
lives
partner.
in an HOA.
Yeah.
For those that want more government in their life.
Right.
I mean, but like, so all right. So I bought 1 ounce of Ethereum.
An ounce of Ethereum.
Around or whatever.
Right. One. I'm
One
sorry. I
coin.
bought,
One
An
Ethereum.
ETH.
I
You
bought
bought one
one
ETH.
Ethereum
One Ethereum.
Yes.
back when it was like $250.
Yeah.
I just bought it and let it sit. Well, it's like what, like $2,000, $2,500 now.
Yeah, you probably
think
bought
so, yeah.
mine. I had some ground floor Ethereum, and I
So,
had
like-
18 of them, and I
like, I looked
sold
in-
them like an idiot at
But I
$12 a
Ooh,
piece.
ooh, that's
I
rough.
sold them.
That's rough.
Yeah, I was like, it's
So-
had a good run.
So, but like, I was like,
ETH is at
yeah,
1,800 right now.
18. All right. Well,
Its
so
all-time high was 45.
yeah, I held on to it while it was at 45, but
You should have sold it.
I should have, but I bought, so I traded that in so I used SD bullion, and so I bought junk silver with my Ethereum
Yep.
because I feel like that's probably right now is probably a good investment with
Yes.
the CBDCs coming down the track, crypto kind of on the on the edge.
I just don't think you can't beat tangible. If
But
someone
was
can
that-
see it and touch it, I don't think you can beat it.
Yeah, but was that a taxable event?
Hmm.
Technically, I guess.
Just
But
don't
who's
say
gonna check it?
nothing.
Look, you can
See
print out a
nothing, say
paper wallet.
nothing.
All of a sudden, it's
I
tangible.
kind of did. Like, this is a public forum.
Shh. Shh.
Hypothetically, if I had bought an Ethereum at this and sold it, what were you saying, Matt?
Grant's on his little tangible whatever. I said you can
Yeah.
print off a paper wallet and carry it
Or
around.
USB.
Bam! All of a sudden, it's
USB cord.
tangible.
Sure.
USB.
Until the
Thumb
grid
drive.
goes down and then there's
Exactly. That's what I mean. Is like
The
you
grid
you
goes
try
down,
to.
your money's no good either.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
say you're trying to
silver and
buy.
gold is.
Say you're trying to buy a car or something you might need from this, 50-year-old, 70-year-old boomer, and they don't understand Bitcoin. They don't have Bitcoin, but that's what you have. They don't really, trying to have to explain that to somebody to get them to have a wallet, create a wallet, and then send it to that wallet.
There's very few boomers that you're going to educate on crypto.
Exactly.
That's what he's saying.
Few.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But also, what makes you think that the dollar is going to be worth a damn anyways? Like,
Well, I'm not saying.
Well, there are nations that still benefit, and there might be a multipolar situation where you've got your BRICS currency and your dollar side by side. So
did anybody else see that Nigeria's like not having the U.S. like dollar back their nation or currency or some other thing?
Yeah.
It's
Anybody
not
else
gonna be
see
the
that?
first.
That's weird.
It's not the first and won't be the last.
Let's move to El Salvador.
Let's take over a South American nation.
Yeah, let's do it
Let's go.
with Jeremy's $1,800.
I'll build the house.
We'll hire an army for that much. The what's the Chinese thing? It's like 50-cent army or something like that.
Right.
Let's take
10
over.
cent. 10 cent.
10-cent army.
Yeah.
I have a lot
What's
of
that?
dimes.
Oh,
So
Gary.
Scott wanted to talk about solutions. I think Scott's got some solutions.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
too
I
quiet.
agree.
Yeah, I think the junk silver is one good solution.
Why?
Well, so junk silver being like silver coins rather than a big block, right? You're not going to cut off a piece of block.
Yeah.
Or Vader's head.
Yeah. Or whatever else, right? And
Well, like a quarter is
like,
worth like $4.
yeah, like a mercury dime, right?
Right.
That is whatever 95% silver, something like that. And then that's doable, even though you may have problems finding somebody to trade with. But yeah, I mean, that's reasonable. And then stuff, right?
Yeah. Get
What
your
kind of
needs
stuff?
lined up. Solar power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they're going to want to shove you into a green future. So getting solar power.
I would go ahead if you're going to get solar, throw wind right next to it. Sometimes that might make up for a cloudy day if it's windy.
Yeah. It's not
I
great
thought,
here.
Christopher, I thought you were going to say solar so you can actually, if you had excess power, you could sell it to your neighbors.
Yeah. I mean, if
That's
I
a way
don't
of
do
marketing.
grid
I
tied,
did
but if
too,
I
man.
did, that would be a good way to go.
How would you sell it to your neighbor?
Just overbuild the system.
Well, I know, but how would you transfer it to your neighbor?
Yeah.
They can bring
You
over their
give them access in
whatever.
exchange for whatever
Extension
goods or
cord?
services they could provide.
Yeah.
Sure.
Small increments of their life.
Extension cord?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you had to deal with degradation, of course, across
I know.
distance.
You could be a
yeah.
warlord and just start collecting body parts. I want your ear and just wear like a necklace of ears.
No.
Oh yeah, that's Christopher. He's a
Got
sick-
my totems. Got my talismans.
It's
already
like
gave
that
you both my
Bible
ears. What
verse
else you
where David had all those foreskins.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Ew.
makes a nice notepad.
Oh yeah.
What happens if you make a mistake? Just rub it together and start over.
Oh man.
And then,
Yep.
you've always got Grant's got
Butter and foreskins.
300
Did you
IDC
say
codes
butter?
you can-
Barter.
Did you say butter?
It said
Barter?
barter.
No, he didn't say butter your
Oh,
foreskin.
boy.
Barter. I didn't say butter.
I'm sorry.
That's
I heard butter.
disgusting.
I heard butter.
Oh, man.
Oh boy. We been drinking or what?
No.
It's just Monday.
Oh gosh.
Oh goodness,
Oh.
Grant.
I slept too much.
Butter-
That's my answer.
I slept too much.
That's funny.
Oh, geez. You could barter your butter for whatever use you want. Whatever. Like, look, don't ask. Don't ask.
Don't
what
ask,
they,
don't
what they're
tell.
going to use their butter for. Could be toast.
Sometimes your cream.
Chris is like, I'm out.
Look, you brought up foreskins, dude. You
Okay.
You
All right,
kind
that's
of
fair.
That's
walked
fair.
us all into that.
Yeah,
loop.
that's fair.
Solutions.
Are you going to tell us next about spilling your seed on the grass?
Oh Lord. Solutions. That's not a
Solution.
solution.
I mean, it's the oldest profession.
Yeah.
So let's see. Grant could fill his IBC totes full of and drive his little
No,
car straight
no.
into a.
Oh no. Oh, you're gonna definitely.
Hey,
get
you
mad.
know what? Just
So this
jump.
is
Except
yeah.
it's been done already.
So they
I can do it again. It's okay. I'll be a copycat.
Nothing like a copycat.
Just
Yeah.
bigger and better.
I make a disclaimer right here. These guys are kidding, and I have nothing to do with that.
This is the
That's-
only way to thrive in the future, Scott.
I second that. I second that.
Truckloads of.
Entertainment
No,
purposes
no,
only.
No.
Educational purposes too.
I agree
Yeah.
with that.
No, not education. Just
No, not
entertainment.
education. Just,
Jeremy, what's the name of that book that you have?
Grant might be a fed.
Who?
He might be.
Me?
I
trying
wish.
to-
I
I've
wish
never
I
seen
was
his
a
face.
fed,
What?
You wish you were a fit? No, you don't,
bro. You know,
bro.
it would be
I'd have a
fun
nicer truck.
because then you could do an inside job.
Yeah. They'd let you in the.
Let me
you in
into
right-
the thing.
So I think solution, strong community. I think that's a good,
Yeah.
solid base.
Yeah.
Know
you're
your
right.
neighbors. Just be healthy. Don't do that. Take care of yourself.
Matt, your face
Yeah.
is frozen.
Yeah, I know. I tried to upgrade my internet with the new router, and I set it up this morning, and it took a crap just before
Mm.
That's
we went
wonderful.
live, and
You
so
should
I
probably clean that up.
cut off the
Hey,
new router.
Hey, Matt. Don't make any internet changes on a Monday.
Uh-huh.
Is that a thing?
I
Well,
guess.
at least you were able to.
No,
host.
his podcast is on a Monday.
Oh yeah.
Just don't mess with it on Monday.
So
It's
how's
not
the,
working.
How's the
Don't have it, let's
25-23 project going?
Yeah, nobody wants me to show up like this time of year because they're like, yeah, nothing's ready, nothing's good.
Come to Alabama.
Yeah, come to the south.
I will put your ass
yeah.
to work.
Come to
Yuck.
Kansas, man.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to the South. Gross.
What? It's
I'll go to Kansas.
Hey, it's 64 degrees here.
You can only go like a day, a day journey, right? Because you got to get back by Monday.
Kinda, yeah. I think I'm working on some local stuff around here.
You're working
So
for the
that's-
man, so
Yeah, I'm working for the man.
the Koch brothers.
Aren't we all? Ooh, aren't we all?
Oh,
The Koch brothers. I
Oil.
don't get that one.
Oil.
Look them up. COCH.
Oh, oil? Yeah,
K-
no, not the same
KOCH.
thing.
KOCH, yeah.
Yeah.
No, not the same thing.
Mhm.
Anyways, I want to hear some more solutions.
I like the
Um,
community. I like the community idea.
Yeah, I
I
really,
really
do.
like taking over South American country. That sounds like a really good fix to me.
Elaborate.
Pick a good one and then just have everybody move there. And then just
I vote Argentina.
That's
Sounds
not.
nice.
That's not working.
Uruguay.
That's not working for New Hampshire. So
well, see, the thing is, we could probably become a cartel of sorts, and kind of expand into other territories. You know what I mean? Until we own the whole country.
well, you could do the same thing with the moonshine there.
Aren't they
in
doing that to
Georgia,
the U.S.
so-
right now?
Well, see, the thing is, they're leaving, so we could just kind of slide right on in.
Are they?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Look, it would make for
I'm
it would
pretty sure
make for
there's like
great content.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there's a crisis at the border, like as we speak.
Oh, definitely. There
Hey,
absolutely
what's your
is.
personal
they're like-
event? Yeah, I met a couple of mafia guys, and I had to kill somebody to get initiated. But things are looking pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
But we
yeah.
just took possession of a 5,000-acre farm, so we're doing all right.
Scott mailed
Oh,
me
yeah?
some nut trees, so I got those planted. I used the bodies as compost.
Did you get
Oh, no,
you got the
no,
farm
no.
taken care of?
It's a
There,
whole
Grant?
thing in Oregon.
Grant, you got the
Yeah.
farm taken care of?
What?
You said you signed the 5,000 acre farm.
No. I was making a joke, as in we stole it from somebody.
He's part
You
of the
gotta
cartel.
you gotta have your. We can't figure out you're
You gotta see
kidding
your
unless you
face.
go on video.
Yeah. Gotta get your camera working.
I'll try. I'll try.
Hey, Grant, do
No,
I
you
need to send you a video camera, a webcam?
I have one. I'm looking at it. I can text you a picture of it.
I don't want
in.
a picture of it. I want you.
Look, I've got it. I can plug in the USB. It won't.
Amazon link. Does that help?
It won't do anything. It won't connect to Chrome or any. It says it's been blocked, but I can't figure out where or why.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this program works on your phone too, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
So,
Grant, hit me up
try to
later.
plug a
I'll-
webcam in your phone.
but that would require him clicking a link on his phone, which is really hard.
No, okay, so you know how I get the link on my computer? I copy it from my email, paste it in Discord, and then open Discord on my computer and then get in like that.
Grant, hit me up later. We could troubleshoot your camera.
How old are you, Grant? Like
Are
80?
you trying to like connect this like using like a VCR? What kind of backward shit is that?
No, because I don't have my email logged in on my computer, so I just copy the link from my email into Discord, and then just
The
open
username
Discord.
and password.
Yeah, but I don't exactly remember what that was. I don't need to know it. It's on my
What's going
phone.
on?
Grant, hit me
You
up
know
later.
what? I take back everything they said. It's people like Grant and people in his generation that are going to ruin it for all of us. So we are all doomed. I was an optimist. Now I'm more doomer.
Hey,
Doomer.
I'm not a doomer. I'm a white pill, but let's
I
accelerate it.
secede.
Hey, Grant, what gen are you?
I'm a Z.
All right.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
probably
it's time to
better.
wrap this
I'm
up.
probably better than majority of all the other ones.
I'll take Grant over.
I'll
a
agree.
lot of other Zs.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah. I got a couple of solutions in mind. Back to what we were talking about.
I forgot about that.
Back to butter.
Yeah. We're
Oh,
talking
solutions.
You brought
yeah.
up we were
No,
still
no.
alive.
This,
This isn't the after discussion.
yeah. We Jack likes to talk about the loopholes in the tax system, and I can
Shakespeare
bet. Yeah. And I can bet that these programmable currency, there's going to be loopholes and rules and things you can exploit.
Always going to be loopholes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
You're right.
So
Where'd it go?
Where did it go?
Did you make him mad?
Yeah.
He
No,
was
I didn't do
offended.
nothing.
Click start camera, but it just removed me.
We thought you were offended for a second.
Oh no, you can't do that.
All right, Christopher, loopholes.
Yeah, loopholes. So that would be one way I would think about just working within the system, and then another way, if you're moving toward a homestead life anyway, you should be spending less on your inputs anyway. So you're going to sort of work in that green mold to some extent anyway. So it's not that whole green movement. They want you using less electricity. They want you using less blah 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 blah. And just sort of move into that lifestyle, and your inputs should be reduced anyway. So, yeah, we don't have to fear it. We just have to kind of work with it and just be realists.
Yeah, I mean, I
Or
think
you
the
could
more we can
play the whole system.
Yeah.
Cash in all your stuff when it's okay. It's a 5-to-1 ratio. 8 months from now, it's a negative ratio.
Yeah.
But cash in when it's green. Take advantage of the whole system, and then just game everything. Commit
Yeah.
small tax fraud here or there, and then just get a leg up.
Well, or just make
Small
make
tax
whiskey.
fraud? Did I hear commit small tax fraud?
He did.
Disclaimer:
Okay.
I am not.
I am a professional.
Entertainment purposes only.
I am not doing that.
This is financial advice.
Oh,
Oh,
on that note, I'm out, y'all.
all right. See ya.
Oh, look, an email from the
Oh boy. Oh shoot. But yeah,
Uh,
like we could maybe even be bartering with alcohol. Like Grant's moonshine.
No, that's fuel. Sorry, not
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah.
It's fuel.
Fuel.
That's what's Spear Quote say?
It's still
Go in
illegal
my
to make
mouth.
fuel.
Yeah, he says it's fuel that accidentally found its way into my mouth.
Right.
You just drink it out of a gas can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dual purpose.
Oh shoot.
Mm.
So there's ways. Where
Triple
there's a will,
purpose.
there's a way.
A coworker, wrapping up here. A coworker came in today. He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna." He's like told me about like CD rates. They're doing special deals for like 7-month like CDs, and I'm like, well, that sounds weird. Like something like 5% on a CD. I'm
I
like,
go.
For
For
7
7
months? No.
I'm like,
that can't be
why
right.
7 months? That is so odd. That's such
It's
an odd.
too specific.
Yeah.
Very specific.
1.5% is what it is. It's not 5%.
I don't know. That's just what I heard. I didn't look into it, and I don't care. I wasn't gonna do it anyways.
Yeah.
I just thought that was sus. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
wrap
the
it up.
interest rate on a CD should not be that high. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't. That's
I don't know. Maybe he's gonna get scammed.
Yeah.
Even better.
He doesn't lose all of his money.
All right,
maybe.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Do a thing. Say a thing. Say something.
Yep. TikTok and Instagram and Twitter now. Yep, I'm on Twitter now.
Yeah.
Do we like donuts? Yep.
And
Prepping, homesteading, chickens, gardening, all that good stuff.
love it. Gonna
Just some fun shit sometimes too.
fertilizer recipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear, man, like I've never had seedlings start off like they have this year. Never have.
I'm having a problem with my seeds this year.
Well, you should have followed my recipe.
I should have. I don't watch your videos.
Well, you should.
I'm gonna have to get some more. They're kind of particular, so
Mine or not. They all sprouted.
Christopher, go ahead.
Yeah, securecoop.com. I'm working on a chicken coop door opener with phone notifications. Tells you when the coop opens, closes, and when there's an issue. After that, I'm going to be expanding into all sorts of backyard enterprises and watching over the flock, watching over the goats, watching over the electric fences, keeping an eye on security of the backyard.
Will it work with
keep up
Jeremy's omelet?
does
We'll
it
work
have
with
night
omelet.
vision?
Absolutely, it will. Yeah, it will
I
have
need
night
that.
vision.
I need it. I need
Yeah.
it because I need to know
Can
that
we attach a gun to it?
You could attach a water gun. Yes.
Okay, cool. For like
So-
children's birthday parties.
Yeah, and so all
Not
sorts all sorts of interesting and fun backyard things planned, but I've got to get the core working right first. I was doing some debugging and beta testing this week. But anyway, get on the website, securecoop.com, get the coupon. There's a pre-sale. There is an ebook there, and get on the mailing list, and that way you can be updated when I do finally bring it to the market.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Grant. Oh, where's Grant? There
I'm
we
right here. Homestead of
Yeah, thanks.
Pain on TikTok. I
Are
still
you
haven't
are you
posted
still on
anything.
TikTok?
I am. I
we
just
don't
still haven't
have time
posted
to
anything.
listen to. We don't have time to listen to Grant's TikTok rants. They make no damn sense anymore.
I just haven't posted nothing.
All right, go ahead,
it.
Scott.
Okay.
Driving Scott.
ScottMiller, thrivingthefuture.com. And unlike the conspiracy shit I was bitching about, we actually talk about positive solutions to thrive. So check us out on the podcast app at thrivingthefuture.com.
Nut trees
good.
and then your farm.
Look, this is
your
a
garden
fun
plan.
episode.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We got it. We
This
got
is a
into
good
some
one.
conspiracy.
You know,
Maybe
we
we'll
talked
go
about loopholes
actual
and butter and
conspiracies next week. Should we do that? Should we have some?
Yes.
Yes,
conspiracies
absolutely.
Yes.
Next week.
let's
All right.
get you banned.
Adrenochrome.
Oh,
Yeah, let's go.
disclaimer
Let's
to
go
the feds. I had nothing to do with this.
Oh,
Please
they'll
contact me
get
at
Bring it,
involved.
Susie,
FarmHopLife.
but you bring it.
They'll be listening. I'll DM them on Twitter. I am Matt of FarmHopLife. Check us out, FarmHopLife.com. We got a podcast and I don't know,
Stuff.
tweet stuff. Make little time lapse videos of me doing extra hard
Cross
work.
ties.
All right. Conspiracies next week. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Thanks to everyone for listening. Bye.
Bye.